All right, y'all. This is Work in Progress podcast. I am your boy Loso.
I'm Shoot.
I brought my computer because y'all be having y'all computers. My name is Jermaine.
I'm Jimmy. I don't even actually own a laptop. That's not a lie. I got two of them. They broke.
Why would you lie like that, bro?
Because I just remember that quick.
You forgot about both of them?
Yep. Two laptops.
I got two laptops. They ain't been used like 4 years. So.
Your hat probably on too tight.
Man, listen. I can do everything from this phone.
The last two episodes.
That's true. Where we at, Los?
We here. Work in Progress. Y'all been watching the last couple episodes?
Then you're not going to be able to hear them respond.
You was asking them?
Yeah, I was asking them. They probably at home like, yeah.
You think they nodding their head right now at the screen?
That's not how that works.
Edibles, y'all. It's edibles.
It's not, man.
We practicing for the live pod whenever that happens.
Yeah, whenever the live podcast happens. You think people gonna show up?
Yeah, I think people definitely show up. I think we can get a crowd.
All right.
We can definitely get a crowd.
I think so too.
Maybe not a big crowd, small crowd. We'll see.
Well, if it wasn't so many panelists scheduled to be there, my original plan was to have you guys moderate the listening event that we hosting. It probably would be occurring around the time that this airs, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But leading into the album about to drop, Not the Country, you know. But it's 5 of us with me and 4 other panelists, so I just felt like 8 people on the stage would have been overkill. Yeah. But you know, that would have been a cool space. I think we'd be able to get access to it. It's at the National Museum of African American Music here downtown on Broadway. I was a part of one event there before, but this was cool to be invited and welcome into that space with so much like history and culture and black music, because this project for me is about integrating and there's another word I was using.
The G word.
What's that?
Never mind.
I gotta know, bro.
Nah, we gotta tell you off here. Go ahead.
we don't keep secrets from our...
We can just get Kev to just mute it.
Infiltrating and integrating.
I was gonna say gentrifying, but
Nah, this would be like reverse gentrification or something.
Still gentrification.
I don't know. You have to put me on game. Why would you tell me that off air? We got a whole episode about gentrification. You said like it was a cuss word. Like,
well, I mean, you know,
I ain't no telling what we thought he was gonna say.
Domestic terrorism.
That's what it is.
But yeah, a live thing. That's something we hope to get to. Is to have enough of an audience to go there. You can use USB-C.
Yeah,
a live audience.
I ain't finna use
it's long enough.
I was just really messing with y'all, bringing my laptop.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask y'all what the hell y'all be looking at on the screens when y'all.
So I was looking at when I was sitting up there last time. Los was over here making a flyer for another party. I'm snitching today. Just snitched on that nigga. He making a whole flyer.
Yeah, what the hell you
right
been
there.
looking at on these
this
last
shit ain't
few
gonna work.
sit downs, cuz?
Well,
First of all, first thing I have
Right.
is a clock going, so I can know how much time we've talked. It just has a running clock and try to, that. Then the other thing I look at is some of the comments. We've had a few people send some messages in on the inbox.
Dang, what you been looking at the last 4 episodes?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Let me see. And he got a screen protector.
Yeah, I sure do. I got it on my phone and I got it on my computer.
Privacy screen.
he said a clock. You know they make these things they like wrap around your arms that keep track of time. Hey, there's one right there.
Yeah, but it's easier for me because I'm looking at more than one thing at a time. So to have a clock that's just counting up. So that's what I do. And I also make notes of different things that we talk about. Nobody else does that. So
Shoot, keep us on track, man.
We appreciate that. Man, come on, let's talk about something, bro. It's
Hey,
gonna go off the
man.
rails fast, bro.
Nah, bro, that's crazy. Hey, man, that's wild. So, this past weekend, I had a long week this past week.
Yeah, what you was making flyers for? What you had going on since then?
Hey, this past week, Wednesday, I threw a rooftop mixer in downtown Nashville. It was dope. We had probably like 75 to 125 people downtown Nashville at Top Note. Well, you had your
The
Step
Brothers
listening to party.
It's
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a nice spot.
Yeah, it was nice. Bunch of entrepreneurs, professionals pulled up. Then Thursday we did our collaboration with the Predators. Well, when we had the vendors on concourse at the Predators game, they did like a video of us on the jumbotron. Friday, me and Steven, we had Jimmy. We had the black ass party, wall to wall, probably like
It was packed over capacity.
A black ass party.
black ass.
Black ass like nah, it
Tell
wasn't.
us more.
Y'all gotta come to the next one, March 27th. You know
So
what I
what's
mean?
that? How's that work?
Man, we just celebrating black culture. You know what I mean? Black music. You know, black house parties.
Like
And that's-
house party style.
That's exactly what it was. People came in there and danced their ass off. At one point in the party, the music cut off, and people didn't get impatient. They started dancing and making up their own damn song. That shit was lit. We had a really good time.
Crazy.
Really good time.
Wall to wall.
Man, that's dope because people don't really party no more.
Mhm.
I mean, Goody Mob almost like was fortune tellers. People don't dance no more.
Yeah.
You know, now they really don't. In
Yeah.
club culture, we're in section and you know bottle service and you know the nightlife scene at large is like pompous. Everybody is like
Too
it's
cool.
by a status symbol, right? Everybody's too cool. I mean, I guess people get drunk, but the dance floor used to be a big part of going out, so to say. So y'all saying people came out and danced and like, damn, I might have to catch the next one because I
definitely.
got some moves.
You got some moves, but I can't see you dancing at all.
Well, you know,
Well, we'll see.
I'm fasting right now, but sometimes when I indulge, you know, the rhythm gets a hold of me.
I can't dance at all.
I was dancing when I was out with the cowboy boots on.
It's like shoot him a Gavin.
I was strapped.
Nah, the party was crazy though. I'm talking about wall to wall.
That was
like,
Friday.
Yeah, it was crazy, insane. Then Saturday we had the black market. Saturday and Sunday had the black market, and man, amazing. Probably 5,000 people showed up to it. It was man, celebration of black culture. We had over 100 vendors. We had the Nashville Predators do a pop-up. We had a podcast, Black Label, do a pop-up where you can do a live podcast. We had an installation called Black Is, photo booth installation. Just amazing. It was dope. Super dope. Really great turnout.
And that was at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, Nashville Fairgrounds. Yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah. About
That's what's up.
30,000 square feet.
It looked like a good time. It looked like a great turnout. I tried to make it, but I was home playing.
I pulled
Playing
up Sunday.
Yeah,
I seen that.
pulled
Yeah,
up
my
Sunday.
daughter and I came through Sunday. She tried to spend all my money with all the book vendors. Shout out to those authors with the children's books and otherwise. We stepped in the photo booth and participated in the Black Is.
Yeah.
You know, it was like you fill in a blank with, you know, was it supposed to be one word
Yeah, one
that
word.
described
yeah.
what Black is to you? It's a cool collage, cool themed idea.
They're gonna turn it into a poem.
Okay.
What I do this weekend?
Y'all had the party Friday.
Shit, before the party, I had another party at the hospital. Like my son, I left work at like 1 o'clock. Son's at the ER, and from the ER they rushed him in an ambulance to the hospital. So that's where I was most of the night. I think I got to the party, about 10:30, something like that.
Yeah.
And so I just been at home with him till now. So he's recovering, but slowly but surely. But yeah, that's been my last few days. Playing daddy doctor. Wake up, Willie. This nigga off his sleep, bro. God damn.
Nah, it's the end of the month for me, so I was in billing.
Yeah.
End of the month, beginning of the month, I got to enter all my hours.
Now I know it's not a music podcast, but we've been seeing this whole 50 Cent and T.I. situation. What do y'all stand on that musically? I say just musically. What do y'all stand on that and with their impact and their catalog?
Oh, just weighing the two artists against each other, or
Yeah.
what's going on in present tense between them?
Just weighing the artist. We ain't gotta deal with all the other shit.
Well, it's hard to separate that from the argument at large, or I guess what set it all off was a challenge for a versus. So maybe starting there, like as far as the versus go, I think it will make for a dope matchup. Only that, like, all right, my Twitter feed is dominated with, maybe because I just follow a lot of people that's associated with music and shit from my own career and shit, but it's very, very, very like much divided geographically. Like up north, East Coast people is like pro 50 Cent, kind of anti T.I., and vice versa. And I don't know. I mean, obviously we're in the South where we're from. We're way more Southern than East Coast, and I think, but maybe it's because of like Bucks association with G Unit. Like maybe I may have made 50 Cent's impact like that much more like grand, because he was, what I'm saying, embracing somebody that was from here, and I'm not sure, but I've only seen like 3 waves of music that had the impact of 50 Cent. Like it was like game changing, like a moment. Like when it came, it was like undeniable. That was 50 Cent, that was Jeezy, and NBA YoungBoy. To me, you know what I'm saying? Like Lil Wayne had a grand impact, but it was gradual. Like it wasn't. But Carter 3, if that was the peak of it, that was 11 years later after being introduced to Lil Wayne, versus like 50 Cent debut was like wildfire. The same, the same with Jeezy. So it's hard for me to see people like downplay like 50 Cent, his music or whatever, and it wasn't it. And I feel similarly about like T.I. Like T.I.'s music to me is more stood the test of time, or there's more of his music that resonates with me, maybe just from where I come from and generationally. And I don't know the age difference, but maybe it's just the win. I actually got introduced to T.I. music before 50 Cent music. I can remember one of my older cousins having I'm Serious, listening to I'm Serious early, with no clue who he was. He just had the CD and the CD book kind of thing. I thought it was bumping. But like, there's more T.I. albums that I enjoy listening to than 50 Cent albums. But there's a couple of 50 Cent albums that was like undeniable, Thank Get Rich or Die Trying, of course. And I like The Massacre in Real Time. I don't know if it's stood the test of time. Like I still listen to Get Rich or Die Trying in the gym or any day, and pretty much let it ride. But it's about 4 or 5 T.I. albums that I let ride like that. So if it was a surface level, I would lean toward T.I., but it might be that same Southern bias that I'm like seeing online. But it ain't to downplay, the other side.
Definitely got more music than 50 that can be performed, but the songs that 50 perform well, like he's not gonna. Nobody can. The shows he had that I've seen, like online live, like that energy is unmatched.
I don't know though. That I mean, like you said, the impact is crazy on both sides. Like you said, like when you see 50 perform overseas or when you see him perform in Vegas or somewhere, it's like the crowd is live. But that's also like his fans, core fans that come and see him that are like diehard fans just as much as somebody would go see Tip. But like you could be at a concert, a festival, and T.I. be the headliner or not even be the headliner, and people still would resonate with his songs and music just as much as they would with 50 Cent. But I feel like it's like it's just really like to me it ain't really a comparison, because I feel like they like giants that they rice in they own. And so it's like 50 Cent, like you said, he kind of changed the world in so many ways. It was entrepreneurship, the music, like signing, like all that. But then T.I., like it ain't another T.I. Like he got the same accolades in the senses, kind of not as big or as the well, you can't even say worldly. He was on TV. He was like he had some of the same, like he don't make his own shows and kind of have the same ownership aspect as 50 do, but like T.I. music is it might have some of the same, you know what I'm saying, Bring 'Em Out, What You Know About That, like they kind of some of the same caliber of songs, just from different regions.
I don't know, I feel like I'm probably biased too because I spent a lot of time in Atlanta in high school, and so T.I. was like like Rubber Band Man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Backdrop
Like,
for the
Like
yeah.
it wasn't.
That was like your senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Type shit.
So it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. Like I was there.
Right. Right.
And so experiencing living it, and then him keeping making music, and to me, like, and I think that because that's what I was looking up, was trying to figure out like album wise, and you pull up, you start comparing 50 to doing what he does in film and television compared to T.I. I think 50 took it to a whole nother level just on the EP side, writing side. But like during that early 2000s time period, excuse me, musically, and like thinking about the movie with Lauren London, ATL, you know what I mean? Like his music, the King album's coming out right then, the movie's out right then. It's got all the Atlanta classic things in there, like Golden Glass, skating. Like that was a thing in Atlanta that Nashville has it like on a Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon thing, but Atlanta, it's like the club. Like after the game's Friday, you going skating. And so like think about the music, the soundtrack to that, I just feel like T.I. has it, for me, musically. I can, like Cuz said, I can listen to his albums, different ones, and ride them back to back, a whole ride. Like you said, 50s.
You think T.I. got an album better than Get Rich or Die Trying?
That's what when Los was saying that. Well, I mean, you asking.
I asked everybody, but I don't think so.
Well,
you mean numbers wise or like songs wise?
Song for song.
Like
that's what I don't like is when people make it a metrics.
Right.
Because
it's not fair.
I don't. I guess you can measure impact there because that's one argument is like 50 just did a world tour off that album, but in that case you could also say that to minimize the rest of his catalog.
Right.
If you had to reach back 20 years to, don't get me wrong, touring the world and grossing $100 million off a tour is saying something, but it's almost like that was the height of your impact versus, like you said, it's hard to even, maybe the King album, well, I don't know, Paper Trail, because you had Live Your Life, you had those huge records that it's hard to even quantify what T.I.'s peak was in music because I felt like he kept climbing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that moment that was maybe that entry point nationwide and shit, like one that had been bubbling. I think it's just a difference, and it shows like the difference in culture from one place to the next. To your question, I don't know. I don't think so. Like, cause the same way you were there, and I can only imagine it being in high school, like living in the city where a star is blossoming, and I know the impact his music had up here. So I can only imagine it's probably tenfold right there where you're from.
Yeah.
But like, I also remember coming to Atlanta for All-Star Weekend in 03 when Get Rich or Die Trying came out. And every car in traffic, the album wasn't even out yet. So everybody was listening to the bootleg.
Right.
I mean, no lie, bro. We are in traffic and somebody in traffic, like, flagging people down, like, we had multiple copies of the bootleg in the car with us, like giving a copy to somebody else that's stuck. All-Star Weekend is like standstill traffic. Like that's how big that music was at the time. The whole world was listening to the bootleg. And that was in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and you don't hear nothing but Get Rich or Die Trying. Like that was hearing them play in the club 10 times in a row at all the parties we going to. Like it was It was a moment. You know what I'm saying? This a New York nigga.
Yeah.
Like, so it's, I don't know. That album was special. It was marketed above and beyond. I mean, it
Had
was
the
sounded great.
game, had
You
the
feel me?
shoes, had the
yeah, that was really leading into the second album. That was all the impact of it, and obviously the numbers. I mean, it's damn near diamond or some shit like that. But again, like the same way you was there in the midst of it, I'm here wanting to be a rapper, and we watching Young Buck on Rap City with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? We watching him like bring his group into the fold, and it's like, man, that nigga from out south. Like he got a Nashville nigga right beside him. So that was like, that made him 10 feet tall. You know what I'm saying? Like superhuman and all of that. So that, man, that's interesting. Like I don't know. I love trap music. I love the album Trap Music.
Yeah.
I like Urban Legend just as much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you
he
start,
got 2 or 3 classics, but like
he got classics
none of them
on.
are better than Get Rich or Die Trying.
Nah, bro, Get Rich or Die Trying is something different,
Yeah,
bro.
it's a different monster.
But I don't know. It's still,
Yeah, I don't know.
And the story behind,
I don't disagree that it's a different thing. Like you're talking about a different marketing thing, but how people receive that is like subjective. You know what I mean? Like, and like you said, when I was asking you about numbers to numbers, like metrics wise, you can't. If we put a metric to it, then the numbers will speak for themselves almost.
Yeah, 50 to win.
and
it's 50, right?
If
But
you take numbers out and just sonically and
But
just,
if you listen, if you say which one would you go pop in right now?
I'm not gonna personally do 50s. I'm probably gonna pick one of T.I. Like looking at the
It
4
depend
different
on how I
albums that I
feel
just
it.
pulled. Yeah, I guess I'd say that too. Yeah, but mostly.
If I'm finna go do something crazy, I'm listening to 50. I'm listening to Heat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bloodhound.
Heat. Drama really means nothing. Roll up on you, blow your brains out. I kill you. I ain't playing. Heard what I'm saying? Like, it was fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, many men, like, you know, he ain't never had a death threat in his life. You feel like, nigga, fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's something different. It was a different energy that came with that.
But see, like I'm gonna tell you the other thing for me with like even with trap music, like the production on it too, like him having Kanye doing my job before Kanye was, as you know, Kanye became Kanye, and for somebody that's music that was trying to do production, like I'm picking up on that, like, oh, this is this sample sound like this song. And so it was like, that's what one of the things, but like you said, when I hear Many Men, I'm getting that mode too. Like you feel like you right there with them. So like
that's why I said it was, I thought it, like on paper, like it would have been a great versus. You know what I'm saying? The East Coast versus the South kind of thing. You know, that's been back to the Outcasts, and when it was East Coast, West Coast, Outcast, and the South tried to get in the mix.
South got something to say.
This dude pop out and say he the king of the South, and really kind of stood on it. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to him, he's still going hard. You know, I had a tweet get a lot of engagement, saying that him popping back out with the music, it makes his comedy, stand-up comedy run remind me of Jordan with the Birmingham Barons. And, you know, I think a lot of people understood the analogy. You do comedy. And I do rap. I think they are similar art forms and hustles, and otherwise, you know, we've put on concerts together as business partners. I haven't ventured into the business of a comedy show, but it's not entirely different. You know, you got to put people in the building, you got to entertain them. From the performance end, you got to get up here and use your voice and engage an audience. But it's entirely different in terms
stage,
of,
bro. You ain't got nothing to fall back on when you doing stand up. Like,
you at least got some music if you're a performer, right?
Like,
you
can stop
the
and
production,
just, you know what I mean? But like when you on there doing fucking comedy, bro, if it's that shit, if you miss a word,
that quietness is loud.
That quietness is loud as hell. So it's definitely it's similar, but at the same time, it take a lot of balls to get up there and talk and expect somebody to try to make somebody laugh or listen to you.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what's funny though is and maybe it's just my selfish perspective, but when I go see you perform, like I like disregard all the other people that are there. I feel like all the jokes are for me specifically.
I think where it becomes more similar, like you said, having something to fall back on as a performing artist on the music is something that I gotten into is like the true essence of it, performing without a backing track.
Yeah.
Performing over an instrumental, performing where you don't have that crutch of the like if you miss a word, the crowd don't hear the shit. As a rapper, as a performer, I enjoy it more. I feel like it makes me more accountable to my audience. It's like I like to perform as if even at a ticketed event where I saw tickets, I like to perform with the idea that somebody out there ain't never heard me rap before. And so I wanted to sound as much like the recorded thing that I've done, or I had the freedom to go off the rails if I want to change a word, if I want to freestyle, if I want to mention the city I'm in, you know what I'm saying, like the MC level. So it is spaces where it is just alike, you know.
When I watched you at the Blue Room, the show we did, we did a live band with no backtrack, like that was, I was talking to my girlfriend about it. I'm like, that wasn't easy to do.
Right. It was
And
an hour and a half.
he was up there for a long time, and
Yeah.
and you know, I mean, the band was, you know, had some miscues or whatever, and it was, you know, you still had to get up there and make it do what it do, and you did a great damn job for that.
Yeah,
shit.
the amp went out with the bass.
With the bass player.
Man, the bass is everything.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? In terms of live music, it's literally like the heartbeat damn near of it. And I'm like, I don't hear it. Like, damn.
Man, I kept looking back.
I'm turning around, they back there.
I know. I couldn't look. I looked at Steve. I was like, hey, Steve, you know yeah, man.
Yeah,
And
just
the show must go
I'll talk to you
on.
later,
You know
man.
what I'm
Yes, I
saying?
did.
But that's like you said. And shout out to Nate the Great on the tuba. Cause he carried heavy load in the sense of like he played the bass line not as an accompaniment. He had to split the difference of what the bass on the bass guitar, and he kept it going. But similarly, like my voice is an instrument. It's like if what I don't say, it's integral. You know what I'm saying? This is spoken word. Like in this case, that we're accompanying each other, but. Yeah, man, all that rehearsal time and all of that, like that was definitely a like, wow, but every show I try to treat every show like that, and that's why even like we've been more into doing freestyles and shit for content, doing, the live performance that's truly like performing, because people fall back on the lip syncing and overdub shit and making it a production, and that's almost like cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can do so much in posting and editing that the way I feel, a lot of people can't rap, like in the essence of, like a lot of people can make music, they're making good music, successful music, but you throw them on stage, throw them to the wolves with their instrumental, the way people punch in, the way people punch in and shit, they can't rap their verse beginning to end. They don't have the breath control for it. They don't, you know what I mean? Like some of these engineers are godsend and magicians, and I sit in the studio with artists sometimes like, damn, like what you're cutting into vocally and what the people are getting is like surgery. Real craftsmanship.
Speaking of performing, have you ever like bombed on stage? Like what you know what a bomb is for a comedian, but like have you ever been on stage and like forgot your song, forgot some words, or your energy was just off, or like?
I've forgotten words. I've forgotten words, stumbled on lines, and it probably like that's where them instances probably like strengthen or heighten my sense of like I gotta tighten up, I gotta sharpen, I need to rehearse. And otherwise, I'm about to perform on NBC next week. Perform on TV, but it's live. You know what I'm saying? So it's one take Jake. Like if I get up there and bomb, it's you know what I'm saying? My grandma gonna be watching it, like, and whoever else. But like, I have one of the worst was in a rap battle, and this was before I ever had a project out or anything. I probably was like 18, and I was drunk as hell, out of limits on a Sunday night rap battle thing. And as much as I used to battle rap and freestyle, that was kind of the thing. That was the culture. I was battle rapping people at TSU on campus. I had 100 raps in my head from memory. And I guess between the underage drinking and all this shit in the club, like I got up there and it was like 8 Mile. Like the first, like the lights came on the crowd. Like the difference in me being on campus and you kind of know everybody, or you got this mystique because you the nigga that be rapping and shit. I'm up on the stage and probably the youngest person in the club. I look out there and everybody just kind of looking at you like, what
nigga?
What you finna say?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I lost.
Yeah.
I underperformed. I lost, and we was in the studio laughing about it. The next day, and the engineer, shout out to Jeffo, we in the studio just tripping about it. Like, man, he was drunk as hell, and he was like, "You bullshit!" Like he like went off on me. He like bit my head off. Like you tripping. Like you got all this talent, and you ain't taking the shit serious. And I wasn't trying to hear that shit when he was saying it, but I called him a couple weeks ago and told him this is 20 years later. I was like, man, I appreciate that. Like, because even in real time, by the time I probably went home that night, it stuck with me. It was like, yeah, I'm bullshitting. Like 8 Mile, like the song suggests you only get one shot. It was like, damn, if that was, there's no telling who might have heard me. Because truthfully, I got introduced to Jelly Roll in that same room, on that same stage, probably a month before that. He was winning there. He was winning so much that they stopped letting him do it.
That's all.
Like, and I had that same opportunity to captivate that audience, and I didn't. It may have been a blessing in disguise because it kind of took me out of that lane. I got more into writing and creating music, but that was definitely my first time bombing. And I think before that, every talent show I played and I killed it.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was poised and ready for it, but it was different performing music versus like that was more like doing stand up.
Right.
Cause but yeah, hell yeah, I'm bombed a couple times.
You ever like? Cause I feel like it's a performance when you're in court. Like you ever bombed in court in front of the judge, in front of a jury?
Definitely not in front of a jury. Nah, you can't. That's not.
And
that ain't no.
back, huh?
Nah, ain't none of that. Like when you an attorney, you only get like every time you go up there, you get one shot. You know what I mean? Because somebody watching, people gonna remember you, your reputation, and I mean, for the most part, and that's one thing about Tennessee's bar, like the legal aspect of it. Judges don't try to like embarrass you. So if you fuck up in court, judges will kindly correct you in a way that lawyers understand, but like clients may not understand. And so I've been fortunate to have those type of situations where like I may not have had something in the pleading or something like that. But like in front of a jury, nah, you don't get them fuck ups. Your fuck ups coming like your early first cases that you taking where it ain't nobody but the judge and another lawyer, you know what I'm saying? And you like kind of understand. And I think that lawyers just by nature, first of all, like if people are considering being a lawyer, like double check, triple check before you do it, maybe not do it, find another career. But it is, the mentality of attorneys are not very positive to begin with, and so they're highly critical of themselves. So even if they do a good job and win the case, there's always room for improvement. And so that doesn't matter from when you're in law school to when you become a lawyer. Like if you get an A on the test, you still fucked up somewhere that you could have done better. And so that's kind of how every attorney that I know's mindset is about every case they have. Even if they win, they're like, man, I should have did this or I could have done this. Like they're happy, but with the result rather. But you really don't. I mean, it's not one of them. You got so much pressure. Like if you're dealing with a criminal case, you're dealing with somebody's freedom.
Yeah.
You're dealing with civil case, you're dealing with somebody's kid or their money. You know what I mean? So it's very high stress. And so, I mean, like you may fuck up around with like words and stuff like that, but some of that could be psychologically advantageous for you. Like in jury, when I do voir dire, which is jury selection for a trial, I intentionally do certain things that kind of make me seem less well put together. And so that way I can relate to the folks on the jury, because if you come in there like super polished, then they think that everything that you say is fake and you don't believe the authenticity. So like stumbling.
So you dumb it down for the
that, and you might have like a pen or something like that you like knock on the floor in front of somebody.
That nigga watch the movie. I seen that in the
Nah,
movie,
bro, it's
man.
just like because the thing is,
Warrior
like again,
tactics.
you like so like when we was talking like with Dowdy, you know, you in a room full of 60 people and you asking all them questions to strike them, and so you want to be able like, how can I quickly relate to somebody emotionally about something? So like if you get out your chair and you stumble, you know what I'm saying, sometimes that may be funny, or somebody like whoever notices, like who shows compassion, or who be like, man, you know what I mean? Like, so it's a whole lot that goes into
What's that called?
voir dire. What's
No,
your
no.
selection?
What the tactic you using? What is that called? Is that what you talking about?
I know what for the.
Yeah.
What's the tactic you
Yeah,
use?
what is that called?
I don't know what it's called. I had to
You know
look
it's
it up in the
called,
book. It's in one of the books that I was telling y'all
you
about.
know what it's called, don't you?
What's it called, Los?
I know somebody that's going in the trial, so that's why I'm asking.
Good luck. But yeah. I mean, like I said, so you make mistakes generally, but I can't say that. Like I said, I put so much pressure on myself for my clients to be successful that you know, you're so prepared. Like by the time I get to a trial, I've memorized probably every piece of evidence in the case.
Yeah.
And so I don't really need the physical thing, but you know, you got to go through the motions for it.
You ever had a moment on stage where I know you did some comedy before. I seen you bomb with comedy.
Hold on, I ain't know that. You done did some comedy.
Man, I had him on one of my shows, bro. That he tried.
He tried to get me to do comedy, and I was
Man,
It was the time, and if I get my time in together, I might. I think I could do it. I'm gonna try it again, probably in a year or two.
It take more than time.
You gonna do like an open? You gonna do like an open mic or something like
It
that to
wasn't
help
an
people with
open
their
mic, it was a
craft?
real
He
show.
had me going on his real show. It was really a send out.
Man,
Yeah, he was trying. He tried to get me.
He sent me
Hold
out.
on.
And all the other comedians was like,
I seen T.I.
Good
doing
job.
that shit, and I'm like, ain't no way.
Hold on, did he put y'all on there first, so that way when he went,
I was the
it was
headliner.
like, oh, so
Now,
he
I had
said
some real niggas
y'all
on
was
there,
for
though.
real
he
set
had
up.
real
real
comedians. I was
comedians
in the back with all real comedians, and they was like, good job for even
With
going out there
friends
and
like
trying.
this.
But like, who needs enemies?
Nah, listen, he said he thought he can do it. I said, I got
Did you hold on? Did you let him test out some material in front of you
the
first?
nigga ain't even test.
Nah, he
Throw him to the wolves.
he was telling me what he wanted to talk. Like, man, just give it and be yourself, bro. Like,
So you was like the bad chick that hang with all like fat girls.
No,
and
I had
shit
real
to
comedians
make
that's way better than me on that show.
Look better.
He
you
just
know what
opened
I'm
it up,
saying?
bro. He just opened it up.
Everybody in the crowd.
He
was
said
like,
he said the bar so low. They was like, well, it's got to be
walked
better from
outside,
here.
I
God
walked in the
damn.
back of the room to check him out, and he
That's
was
messed up, man.
man. It was.
Hey, I think I heard one or two people laugh.
Did they clap for you when you got done?
My family was there looking at him like, damn, he's
Did they
struggling
clap?
like that.
They ain't even clap.
Hey, the lights were so bright. It was
So what about DJing? Have you ever like played a
Yeah.
DJ set that just didn't go over well, didn't connect with the crowd? Because I guess that's a
Yeah.
it's a thing for sure. Especially like when you either the headliner or you like playing before a headliner or like you the only DJ in the event. It'd be pressure.
Well, you got
It's
so many
super
rules
rough.
because I'm saying if you're not the headliner, do they like give you songs that they don't want you to play? Like
Some
do that.
So like, say for instance, if I'm doing a concert that he doing, they like don't play none of his songs or don't play. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who it is.
Yeah.
Or then say for instance, I'm DJing some type of versus battle or something like that. I'm gonna play these certain songs. You play these certain songs. So it just kind of depends. But it's really based on like. Man, it can kind of go so many different ways because you can psych yourself out really the most with DJing. It's like you think what people want to hear versus like what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Then,
I was just gonna say, I seen you DJ in a lot of different spaces.
Yeah.
Like from the Juneteenth thing, the outdoors, it's all ages.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you seeing babies to elderly people
Yeah.
out there. And I remember standing on the side of the stage, like, damn, he rocking it. Like, I was thinking to myself, what the hell would I play to
Right.
this
Next,
crowd? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
They gonna do the bunny hop, and I mean, you might have some clean versions to some stuff that's like cult classics, and you know, certain places, you know, you can play Yo Gotti, That's What's Up, and get a rise out of the crowd generationally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or certain places it ain't gonna fly because it's too rough around the edges, or this might be a little bit more of a churchy crowd, or you know. So I imagine it's gotta be some almost successful. But out of all of us, your career path, like you mentioned, like never bombing or in front of a jury and otherwise, yours is the only one that has a true, like, I guess, successful. You know what I'm saying? You can win the case or you know, guilty or not guilty, or, you know, win a judgment or ruling. So is bombing tethered to that? Because I don't know if you won every jury trial or whatever, or you just feel like you did your job and it was what it was.
Well, so it depends on. Well, first let me say this about Los, like in his music, and I answer your question because when you were talking, it reminded me of like when we do our playlists. That's why I'm always curious to know what he gonna put on there because of like all the different crowds you was talking about that he has to play for and like choosing songs for. But like when it comes to law and a win or loss, it really depends on how the case facts are. With any case that I get, whether it's a criminal case or a civil case, I'm gonna do a case evaluation, which is going to tell my client, based on the facts that I've seen and the laws, here's your success at trial. And that's kind of the foundation of what do we do with that? Like litigation-wise, does that mean that we're going to try this case? Or does that mean success mean that we get the best outcome for my client? In the civil matter, that may mean something like monetary if somebody's getting sued for wrongful termination and I represent the employer is not going to want to pay me $500,000 to defend the case to trial if the claim for this person's salary, they only made $100K. So it makes more sense to the client for me if, all right, even if we're justifiably right in terminating them, it's more cost effective for us to pay them $25,000. Now, I may feel like I could win the case in court, but at what expense to my client? So that kind of determines whether or not there's a quote unquote win or loss. So it's kind of like, what does my client want, you know, out of it? Like when we talk to a criminal aspect of it, you know, you get pulled over with 10 pounds of weed in Davidson County, a win could be, hey, I can get this knocked down to a simple possession. And I'm just saying, it's an exaggeration. Clearly, yeah, that's definitely, but that's an exaggeration. But I'm just saying that to say, like, y'all all laughed about that at Davis County. And if I get that same fucking charge in Williamson County, and I get that thing down to 1129, you like, oh yeah, let's run it. You see what I'm saying? So it really depends on like what the outcome is for the client to be like is it a bomb? Now, I would tell you, in any situation, because of our rules of professional conduct, we have to tell our clients we can't guarantee you anything. And so a lot of the conversation is built up on, hey, I can't guarantee you this. I can only tell you based on my experience. Here's what I think might be the outcome.
But you're competitive, though.
Yeah,
so
very much so.
How does that factor in?
It's
He get heated in court too, boy.
He be in that
he be knowing them video games, bro. Like
I ain't never played a video game. Well, you one of them.
Yeah, first of all, story time real quick. So, and we gonna hopefully get some gaming online because I know you play.
On there getting angry and
nah,
shit.
Man. So real talk.
Bro.
So every weekend, me and Cuz used to go to our grandma's house to play Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. One of us always had one of the other systems. And at this time, I'm pretty sure we were playing Super SNES, or one of the Nintendo systems. Like, this nigga would get the fucking Buffalo Bills and the Madden nigga, and we'll run this off tackle with Thurman Thomas nigga, and we'll always motherfucking score. And I started, like, my way of responding, like, so our grandmother she allowed us to use different colorful language a lot. So okay, so you didn't cuss? It was just me?
I probably still don't cuss.
Okay, yeah, he probably was. I'd be like, man, this some bullshit. If you know, whatever.
God damn. How old were you?
8,
9. Like we was young, but like I heard it.
Man, 93, bro.
93, yeah. So 9, yeah. So and so when I used to lose, bro, I used to throw the controller, bro, and it's on the plug. You know what I'm saying? It's tethered, so it's connected. Oh man. And so like one time I broke that motherfucker and grandmama took us to the store like to give me a replacement, like cause she know my mom was gonna whoop me if she found out, you know what I'm saying? And so one week, like, she covered for me one time. The second time, she was like, I ain't paying for another fucking intro.
Man, are you still like that now? You on Call of Duty? You still be on?
I don't crash. I'll cut you out, but I ain't finna break nothing. I'm too cheap.
He got to replace the controller.
I got to replace it now. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, but I used to.
That's what I'm saying. So how does that translate to court? Because I'm saying
it makes you. For me, the difference is all in the preparation, like to try to figure out. Like I litigate both sides of the case. So I got a case right now that I'm dealing with that this dude filed a 100-page complaint. And 100 pages, bro, like just talking for 100 fucking pages. Like
filibuster.
Yeah. So like, you know what I mean? Like and for my client, clearly they didn't do whatever he's arguing, but what I have to do is spend the time and preparation to argue both sides. Like argue against him and then pretend I'm arguing against myself. Mm-hmm. And so like that's where the competition comes in, because it's like, how can I outthink myself on both sides of the because I'm writing a response one way, but in that response I'm also considering what they may say to me, and I'm trying to incorporate all. So that's like the competitive aspect of it. And a lot of times, like I said, you get you'll get to the resolution that your client wants. Like I get to do, I get to come up with the strategy and the tactics, but at the end of the day, my client says, hey, I want to get out of this for this, then that's what I'm gonna do.
So lastly, not to like get stuck here, but what, like as a lawyer, I've been curious about this. I wanted to ask Dowdy last time as well. So what if you and defense attorney and the prosecution is running that off tackle play, and it's like you, I say to say like you kind of fighting a losing fight, like because I imagine it has to be cases people bring your way, and it's like the evidence is overwhelming, and you like, I mean, not saying like this was like, I know you did this shit, or you see it as like, obviously you have, a duty to defend them as best you can, but I just imagine there's times when you like, it's damn near no way I can win this case. Like you said, sometimes it's a best case scenario, maybe getting it played down is maybe a target.
Yeah.
But how does that work, knowing you're going into this like, we finna lose this motherfucking case, Because like I said, that's kind of what I was speaking to as the competitor in you. Is it like, let me just swim against the tide and I'm gonna try to do the impossible? Is it like a challenge thing, or you just kind of accept and embrace what it is and get low and go? I know I've even heard lawyers kind of give it to a person straight like that, like, hey.
Yeah, you always will tell people, the reality that, especially with anything with the criminal justice system, which is why I don't do as much criminal defense work, because it is a system that's set up in place. If you are in relationship with somebody and that particular individual decides to call the police and say that you've assaulted them, Metro Nashville has a policy that requires them to arrest who they determine is the primary aggressor, and from there, the scales are now tipped and balanced, because you are an individual, and now it's the state of Tennessee against you, and the state of Tennessee has a district attorney that's the elected official that then has an assistant district attorney that's assigned to your case that has a victim witness coordinator to call the victim every time, and an investigator. And if you're in jail, they have somebody specifically hired to listen to all the phone calls. So you got like 10 people against one immediately when you get arrested.
Just by the system.
Just by the nature of the system. So, having that understanding and trying to communicate that to your clients and say, well, hey man, like, call me and be like, man, this is what's going on. And it's like, all right, here's what the evidence is. It doesn't look good. And as a lawyer, it's not right, I don't believe, to quote unquote bang your head up against the system and not like be truthful with your client about what the outcome could be. Like, all right, yeah, we can go against this person. We can try to have this trial, but here's what could happen with a jury that we do not control 12 people, which is why when I'm telling you about like selecting a jury is so important, because if as a defense attorney, if I can get one person that I know that I connect with, like on that jury, like when I'm talking or I'm making certain cultural references and they picking up on it as I'm talking, I'm like, oh, we hooked. So if I get to tell them this story in this case, they already know what I'm telling them without me saying certain things. So like it's hard to want to keep going up against a system like that, because 95% of the time you're gonna lose. Federal cases, they don't bring indictment unless they know they're gonna get a conviction, or they're not even gonna bring the indictment. So you look at Fed case rate versus a state rate. The state has a lower rate because they have higher volume, but it's still the same system that's set up for you not to win. So I don't really deal with the criminal as much. Civil is a little bit more. It's really about who's gonna spend the most money to defend.
Yeah, I was just curious. I think some lawyers sell optimism, sell hope. You know what I'm saying? And that's because I've seen it. I mean, I've been around enough people in trouble to know a lot of times people are partial to, certain counsel. And I always wondered in them cases, like, I assume no two cases are alike. So because they got this outcome over here, probably was some hole in that case. It probably was something there. It's like, oh man, you gotta go with such and such because they, like, man, you go get the same lawyer and get fucking 12 years.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying, for less than the other person. Somebody got off with getting caught with more because it's like circumstance and there's nuance to it. But I've been in them situations where I felt like a lawyer was just telling me whatever the fuck I wanted to hear to get that payment. You know what I'm saying? And once they got paid, then it was like,
ain't nothing I can do for
you
you.
sold me.
Yeah.
You sold me on that. Like I could have gotten anybody to go do what you did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, in that case. But yeah, I was just curious because you was talking about bombing, and in some spaces success is subjective. Because I was the same thing. I was gonna pivot like where.
I'm talking about my bombing story.
I was just okay. Well, yeah. It started there. You asked the question. So, what about you, bombing? Because I was gonna talk about the entrepreneurship part of it.
Yeah, we can't get to that. But
Yeah, let's go back to that. Yeah,
my worst. I'm gonna say my worst bomb. I bombed, of course, a few times, but the most memorable one was at City Winery, and it was my first show there. It was my first time performing there. Sold out room. And I come out, I'm on fire, like I'm killing. I got the room, I'm winning the room. And before the show, I write my set, and I threw two like risky jokes in. You feel me? I threw them in the middle because that's you just if you're doing really good, you can take a risk.
Yeah.
I took a risk, and looking back at it, I shouldn't have because I didn't read the room. I usually go out there and kind of read the room and see who's the demographic in there. So this demographic I didn't catch me was like 4 studs in the middle.
Here we go.
Hold on. So normally you be having your regular set.
Yeah,
and
but
you
like,
just like.
I always throw some bullshit in my sets.
Yeah.
Just especially if I'm doing good, I can play with it. But like,
Pause.
It still depends on the room. Like, is it older people? Is it younger people? Is it the bros? Is it some hood niggas? Like I can, like I said, but I don't do well with studs. So
all right, so you pivot, you get off.
I'm doing my shit right.
You get to
and some like I got a couple of jokes about how I'm getting beat up. I'm the victim in these my relationships or whatever. Everybody laughing, everything's cool. You know what I'm saying? The moment a nigga try to defend himself in the joke, it's it's a problem.
Get a little
but
quiet.
There's one joke I had that I don't tell no more.
You should share it.
Yeah, I'm gonna share it. I don't tell it no more. Only because it worked. But see, listen, it worked. The 10 times I've used it in these certain rooms, it worked.
Go for it.
So is it a way that you can rework the joke to make it work? Or you just dead?
Nah, it ain't even.
Test it out here. It's number 11.
No, here's the thing though. So and the joke is I was dating this girl, and she gave me one of the weirdest compliments. She was like, "Hey, I'm glad you don't hit me like the rest of the dudes did." You feel me? Like this is her first relationship where she wouldn't get hit. The last 2 dudes hit her, and I was like, man, like bitch. If niggas keep hitting you, like you may be the problem. You feel what I'm saying? That's my like. Why are you always in abusive relationships? Is it ever a point where it go inward? Like maybe it's you.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That's I thought it was pretty cool. But
that's the joke,
man. So like, bitch, you may be the problem. Is the punchline like, bitch, you may be the problem. Like niggas keep hitting you. Like you shouldn't be in several abusive relationships.
So were they like choked laughs, or was it just like complete silence?
So
set the room up for me.
It was complete silence, and then it was 4 studs in the middle. I didn't know they were studs until afterwards somebody told me like it was 4 studs and they weren't fucking with that shit. And one of them said womp womp, and I was like, but this what made me a legend though. Here you go. This what made me dope. And all the comedians that was there, they was like, man, we fuck with you. I said, you know what? I can either like freeze up, you know what I mean, or I can just tear this motherfucker down and just go harder. And my next joke was a domestic violence joke, and I just burnt that motherfucker down. You feel me? And they was like, this nigga crazy. But at the end, like my very last joke, I won him back over. You feel me? But like that 3 minutes right there
was tough.
I looked over to the side, see the comedian, I said, man, I'm finna burn this bitch down. I don't give. Now I'm finna just have fun, cause y'all was laughing when I was getting my ass beat, but now there's a woman that is getting hit. There's a problem. That's not equality. And after the show, an old head walked up on me with his wife. He said, man, I'm finna go home and beat my wife, and shook my hand, and swear to God. So yeah, that was my.
So when you have your
fucking ass.
What's going on at these shows?
when you have your bombing moments, do you just try to work through it, or do you go back to you go to something new? You try to like finish the the thought out with it. How you handle it?
You gotta fight through it. You know what I mean? Or you can start doing crowd work. But that when you start doing crowd work, that's you bomb, you fucking up.
You gave up.
Sometimes the crowd don't know you actually, like half the crowd don't know you bombing. You feel what I'm saying? I know. I
was gonna say, what about when you do crowd work and it's effective though?
Yeah, I mean, but like as a comedian, other comedians, we in the back like he fucking up. That's why he's relying on
the crowd because he don't have his own creative story to tell a joke.
Okay, I consider from what I know of just as a stand-up fan, a fan of stand-up comedy and otherwise, I look at like what 85 South with their traveling show when they perform together as a group. I feel like they do a lot of crowd work, but maybe it's because it's a different kind of setup because they're almost like an improv group in one sense because they're playing off of each other.
They are. I mean, that's all improv. And I think at the beginning of the show, before they all get on stage, they're out there kind of telling jokes, if I'm not wrong. But all three of them individually are very strong comedians. I've been to see Carlos Miller stand up, and he has jokes. He ain't doing no fucking crowd work. And like that's where if you can do both, cool. But like most of these comedians, there's doing all crowd work. I don't think that's sustainable at all.
It's like a Mojo Brooks or like a.
He only shows crowd work. He may have jokes. I have never seen him. I've never seen him perform live. But his crowd work is amazing. But if his whole show is that, I'm not going to see that.
What's the dude that's kind of famous for? Is Nate Jackson?
Nate Jackson. Yeah, I'm going to see him when he come here. He got jokes.
I want to see him.
And he the bruh.
Yeah, but like all that crowd work. I don't want to go see that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to see somebody that just does crowd work, but I do like crowd work as a part of.
You gotta have.
And I don't know if it's because of like how that's one way that comedians can show off their talent on social media without like giving away their jokes.
Yeah.
Because like your crowd is always gonna change and you picking up off of them. But like the jokes that you tell during your sets, like you work those and you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to have them online. So because like I see some comedians that put their jokks up on Reddit, which is I mean they put their whole shows up and like maybe that's just what people do. Like
you never really see my shit online because I'm not finna. Nah, I'm good.
Not till you do your special.
Asked that joke that you retired, and I agree. Maybe you should retire.
Yeah, it's over with. I'm never doing no domestic violence joke where a woman is the victim. It's only gonna be me as the victim.
Oh, she domestic violence. Oh, the homegirl domestic violence.
But I guess maybe to both of y'all, to Los and to Jimmy, aside from like comedy aside, cause I had no idea Los had bombed in comedy before, but as entrepreneurs,
I want to see that shit.
As entrepreneurs and as people that curate and host and put on events, is bombing there like is success failure purely like on a metric level? Like, is it possible? Well, I think I may know the answer here, but for the sake of convo, like, could you have an unsuccessful show where you make profit? Or could a show where you don't make money or you lose money still be deemed successful or otherwise. I know y'all said the thing Friday was a hit. It was wall to wall. I don't know if it was like ticketed and a mission thing or if it was just about fun or about the culture or
the
restoring the
vibe.
feeling. Right. Is it a vibe thing sometimes? 'Cause I for sure I've seen events that you hosted that was wall to wall capacity, and I know were lucrative. You know what I'm saying? We've held events that was highly lucrative, and then versus like events that may have been marginal on the like profit and loss part of it, but it still could be, you know, depending on what your
Man, I had my first party that I did or event I put together myself. It was a PMC tribute, and it was a loss. You feel me? But
financial.
yeah, but like that party is still talked about to this day. Like I had a live band with C-Wiz and we played them hits, all night. And definitely walked away with less money than I put in it, but that was the best night of my fucking life. You feel me? So yeah, it got. I mean, if the party's a good time and you want to talk me, yeah, we lost, but like maybe $2,000 or $3,000. But like I do that again.
But the other impacts that it made for the brand and everything else was...
And just the memories, period.
So okay, counter question: what does bombing look like? And that's obviously if nobody shows up or you lose a lot of money.
I've put on shows. Like I said, nobody like hell. A lost. B nobody came out and had a good time. You know what I mean? And that's having a good time is the main point of a party. And if nobody shows up and nobody has a good time, then there's that.
What about you, Los? Like as far as like you put on 5 events this weekend, and not those, but I'm just over the tons of things you've done. Like
I think it can kind of go both ways because sometimes like you consider bombing as like I consider bombing as like I got 1,000+ people there and I ain't make no money. I'd be mad about stuff like that because it's like I feel like it'd be opportunity in it, but it also give you like the proof of concept thing. So a lot of times it's like,
how is that possible?
I mean, you just may have been looking for the opportunity to do an event, but you didn't actually capitalize on it. It's like you might have been like, man, it's the first one I'm gonna do, and you just kind of want to test the waters, and then 1,000+ people show up, then you're like, I got something, but then you got to kind of change your navigation on it for the next one because it's like now you want to make a profit from it. Now you like, right, you want to monetize, and then it's like, how do you go from something where people imagine it was free to now it's like, I'm charging for this now. It's like now you got to pay for it. So I kind of went through that with my markets. It was like where it was free. And then all of a sudden I started charging. It was just like, he charging now. He getting his. It's like
I seen that.
It was we got all kind of pushback, but it kind of separated the people who were really supporting and then the people who was just coming to like just do bullshit. Yeah. And so it kind of can go both ways. And then it's also like the bombing aspect of like you throw the event and like you think more people are gonna come, but it's like I don't know. It's just some of the events that I've been throwing in the past. Like it's been a grace that we've been like really getting really good foot traffic. A lot of people have been showing up, but it's been some events in the past where it be like you kind of question like, is it worth throwing, especially with the return, the ROI on it, the like, it ain't really fair for people who throw events, honestly, most of the time. Especially if you don't own your own space or you don't have like some type of like some buy-in, something that's gonna work in your favor because at the end of the day, the venue or whoever you know what I'm saying, kind of supporting that space gonna win automatically. So.
I definitely understand that. Where it's kind of the deck stacked against you in terms of I've been in that position where I feel like I made everybody else money, and that changed how I approached the business of a lot of it. When y'all was giving them examples, it made me think about shows that were packed or where I got my asking price, so I left with what I expected to. It was a guarantee, but one show, for instance, it was one of the most crowded shows on the last tour that we did, but the sound system was trash, and it's something we had no control over. You know what I'm saying? Like we did the meet and greet at a different venue, so we didn't really get a chance to do an adequate sound check. I had performed in that venue a few times before, so I had no reason to think the sound wouldn't be up to par. But of the whole tour, it was the worst sounding performance. And it felt like such a disservice to the wall-to-wall capacity crowd that was there. I'm like, it is a place I've been to over 10 times. I imagine I'd be welcome back, but I'm like, situations like that was why I kind of phased out of doing club shows and stuff because you're more likely to run into them scenarios. I'm like, I'll take less money. I'll play to a smaller crowd for the control of it or to know that I'm going to be able to present the best product because that's what's going to bring me back. That's what's going to endear me to the crowd. It's like the money, not the success fell in them situations if we didn't put our best product forward, you know? And so it's like you said, I kind of liken that to it's packed, but we ain't really fine-tuned it to. But I mean, you know, I guess I'm looking at it like if you were just testing the water, then you kind of at a point just like gotta kind of accept whatever come with it on some trial and error shit too. Cause I've been there with the music. Cuz probably been there where I record a song with no expectation. I didn't even like the shit when I did it. I was doing it, and by virtue of doing it, it's like, oh, this is likable or this is consumable. It was just a thought idea, a joke or whatever.
Example, what song?
Thinking of you. Thinking of you. I still perform it to this day, 15 years later.
That's crazy.
And I was upstairs at his house like this, about maybe this many people in the room, all homeboys. And you've heard the song, like I'm talking about a female. And it was maybe the second or third song I did that day from a beat pack from a producer, from Lil Lodi. And I think Get Out My Line was one of them. Like, the pack that he sent was all heat. And I played the beats, probably been riding, listening to him, like, man, this nigga sent me some cold-ass beats. So I wrote the other songs, and I got to that, I was like, man, I like this other beat, but I don't know what to do with it. I played it, and I essentially freestyled the shit. You know what I'm saying? We just in there smoking and whatever else, chilling, and the beat playing, and I like the beat so much, but like I said, I'm also in a room full of dudes, so I'm really like not even making myself comfortable to write the song as I would. Instead, playfully, I'm just like, I just go on a tangent, like, it's worse than this, like, and it was like stream of consciousness. It did mirror some things that was going through in real time.
That was one of my favorite songs, though.
But I'm saying, like, but true story, like I freestyle, I freestyle the first verse, and when I finish, like, I'm just doing something. Like, I have no intention of finishing the song, have no intention of this being a real thing. If anything, I'm just brainstorming to, like, I may come back to this and write a song to it. I don't know. When I look around, everybody like on the edge of their seat, like, man, that's it. Yeah. And I'm like I said, to a room full of dudes, I'm like, y'all couldn't possibly like this. Like, cause to me, the subject of it is like, one, it's so personal. Two, it's so, I'm not even serious. Like, delivery wise. But I'm like, damn, y'all like this? It's like, keep going. And so I do another verse, I freestyle another verse. To me, I'm even less serious as the song progresses. I'm doing it just as a challenge because it's all like whatever. When I finish the second verse, cuz like he's out of his seat by this time. Like, man, you gotta finish the song. And I'm like I said to the trial and error part, I'm like, y'all really like, I'm in disbelief. I'm not moved by it, even though I'm the person like doing it. And at this point, it's like, well, shit, I might as well finish it. I was already warming up to the idea. I'm finna put out all these songs that I've done. I'm gonna do a couple freestyles. Will become the Award Myself mixtape. So I'm like, well, whatever. I finished the song. I do the third verse, and I'm beside myself in terms of lack of seriousness. Like, to even spell out an acronym of, you know what I'm saying, BITCH, belligerent, significant, typical chick, hypocrite, and it was just something like I could finish the song. That's not. And I looked around, and still I'm like, I couldn't figure out why they liked it so much. And then I put it out, and I got an overwhelming response from females.
Yeah, that's what's even
And
crazy.
so it was like, to that same point, like sometimes you gotta just do the shit to see, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could capture lightning in a bottle if I was trying to. Like, had I left there and went and sat down with pen and pad and tried to write to that beat, I wouldn't have came up with that. And that's the same thing, like you, like the when you was like, man, this is bombing, put 1,000 people on, I'm like, how? Like, as I hear that, because I'm like, that's not an easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So to be that innovative, to craft something, I do agree with you. Then the challenge of getting that to convert to 1,000 people purchasing something or buying into, because it's the same way with, that's the challenge for me. Like, people that got the money to buy a ticket to a show locally, a lot of them feel like they should be on the guest list. They feel like, man, I know you. I came up with you. And I'm like, but damn, if this nigga that you don't know pop up and post that he got a show tomorrow, y'all gonna buy a ticket for it. But, you know, little old me, because we used to play, you know, junior pro basketball against each other, you feel like, man, I ain't
guest
paying
list
this.
be so damn crazy, and you gotten better with them though over time. Because in the beginning, I was like, "Well, this ain't gonna be sustainable." Like, that
Yeah, I
shit
mean, but
Man, but that's what you don't understand. Even at that point, before then, it was multiple cars, bro.
I used
I
to get
feel
in
it,
on
like
your
multiple-
guest
that's
list.
what I'm saying.
But
Bro.
Like, it be
he
so
didn't
many
really
people,
know me.
bro.
I used to get in on his guest list.
So, but the key is the innovation. The key is the putting yourself out there. Even like you said, getting on stage to see where you get the resistance, to the push and pull of it. Like you said, figuring out how to level with your audience, because at the point of jury is an audience, and you gotta move them, you gotta sway them. Like, you have to engage an audience, you have to attract an audience, bring an audience into the fold. It's other ways, like, as far as entrepreneurs, like, maybe you don't make the money off the crowd as consumers. Maybe you make the money off people want to be attached to your ideas and innovation. So I wanted to just like pick each other's brains, because as much as all our fields and some of our endeavors are different, it is some overlap. You know what I mean? And if that's relatability, if it's making something that's like inclusive, because it's interesting, like you said, them 4 studs that you got the pushback from.
I bumped into one of them too somewhere else, and we had a long conversation, and we got to a mutual understanding.
Was it the one that said wah wah wah?
I don't know which one said wah. I wish I would have saw that. Yeah, I mean, they was in the middle, I couldn't see him, but like, I explained the joke. I'm like, y'all laughed at me getting my ass whooped. That was funny, but it's not funny. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And DV is not funny, but I'm like, when I say something like, we can't, you're going too far. But when you get your ass whooped, it's funny. But anyway, what would you say?
Nah, I'm just that.
Nah, those questions were perfect because, like I mentioned earlier, we got some folks that dropped off some comments in our inbox, and some of the questions that they asked were they wanted to learn more about some of y'all's background. So, you know, you kind of delved a little bit to your comedy, and then you talking about your entrepreneurship journey. You know, they asked about that. One of the other questions that was asked in the inbox. Of course, when I needed it, I done clicked out the fucking screen.
Went on the computer the whole time.
Here you go. Nah, because we are talking about, you know, discipline, and since we're talking about bombing, this is kind of appropriate. It says
about the war. My bad.
No, not that war. But what was your lowest moment in business, and what pulled you through? Whoever wants to start with that.
I've been through a bunch of different little valleys, little low peaks. I honestly think, man, one of my lowest points, damn, I feel like, man, I done been through a bunch though. Like I done.
What's the lowest?
They all done been low to me. What is the insurance claim? What is the trademark?
Cry, which one had you in the shower crying?
Probably my stores.
Talk about it.
Like opening. The reason I started one of my businesses is because I wanted a brick and mortar location. I wanted my own clothing store, and so when I got them, it was tough. It was rough. Like I opened 3 stores at the same time, thinking I don't know who I think I am. I thought I was him. I still am him. But anyway, that was one of the hardest like things because it was like I was putting myself in 3 different places at the same time. I had to be at one place trying to make money over here, then I had to go over here and try and make money over there, then I had to make this run. Logistics of the studio, logistics of the store for here, trying to come up with the SOP, trying to come up with the vendor handbook for the store, then also running the events at the same time, then also being married, then like this store over here ain't got nobody running it, so I gotta hire somebody to run it. So it's like I was losing money. I was throwing money into these different holes. So over time, I probably lost somewhere between like $70,000 to $100,000 just by opening the stores, by doing a build out. Whether we turned the whole store into we turned a blank canvas into a store, turned the blank canvas into a studio, turned another store from an art gallery to a clothing store to so it was just like over time just like trying to keep up, I guess keep up with the Joneses or keep the element and the vibe going, and then like bring people in. Like over time it ran me crazy. It had me to the point where it was just like I want to keep it going, whether it was the different ventures working with Star, or whether it was like bringing people in from out of town to keep the store going and kind of bring new eyes. It just like got overwhelming, and it came to a point where it was just like, if I keep doing this, like I'm a run myself raggedy. And it was like a point in time where I was talking to one of my partners, and he was just like, man, you running yourself raggedy. Like you can't even do everything at your full potential because you separating yourself so many different ways, and so many people are depending on you, and like all these people ain't gotta depend on you. You ain't gotta be the end all be all for everybody, and you gotta be there for yourself. And so it's like if you can really wash your hands with all this stuff, and at night you can like go to sleep and nothing on your chest about it, you'll be at a good space. And so it took me probably like a month or two to like actually feel that way and just be like, man, I'm gonna stop this store. I'm gonna stop this store. And it just was like a moment in time where it's like I felt like I had this emptiness in me of like, dang, I ain't got nowhere to pull up at. I ain't got nowhere to sell my merchandise. Like I just felt like empty at one point because that's all I knew. I wake up, go do this, wake up, go there, wake up, kind of trying to build the stores out. And so just kind of got to a point where it's just like, man, fuck it. Like I learned my lesson. It wasn't like a loss or anything. I felt like I learned the lessons that I needed to learn. So if I wanted to go open up another store, or if I wanted to teach somebody how to open up a store, if I, you know what I'm saying, I got it all up here. So
what pulled you through?
Man, really, probably my homeboy, my friendship with my homeboy, Mike Ewing. He really was just like in my ear, just like, bro, don't sweat it. Like you did what you were supposed to do. Like you accomplished more than what a lot of people accomplished in 3 years. And it just kind of had me thinking like, yeah, you're right. Like I did what I said I was gonna do in that time frame, and I mean it just. I can't even describe the words that he was saying, but he was just like, if you can go to sleep without feeling like it wasn't a loss, you good. Like if you can keep that mentality in your head, and like after a while, kind of like how you in a breakup with somebody, and like every little thing make you think about that person, and you cringe and you just upset, and you just like, it was like it just kind of
it's like a death. It's like a grief. Like you releasing some grief because of that.
So yeah.
What about you, Jimmy?
Lowest point, man.
And I know you got a whole special that you working on.
Well, that ain't got nothing to do with business. That's our personal shit. But man, so I tried to just start a business like with my friends, with my homeboys, like niggas I talk to every fucking day.
Yeah.
And I think our first time coming together was I had currency down here. What was that, about 4 years ago?
Yeah.
And I said, I brought my homeboys. I said, man, I want y'all. I talk to y'all niggas every day. I want to get some money with y'all. You feel me? So I brought them on board. Things just gonna be cool. And it was cool. Then we done it again. We did the Step Brothers show, and then we did Primo Rice. And after Primo Rice, like doing that whole duration, like I had a friend that shit, I've been tied with him since like 2009. It's my nigga, and I just started noticing just shit was changing. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to look at it as hate, but it was hate, envy. I had a homegirl tell me at one of those shows, because she was back there with me, just being a fly on the wall. She was like, "You gotta watch him. Like he envies you."
Mm.
I'm like, "Nah, that's my nigga. Like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
kill for him, he'll kill for me." You feel me? And it got to a point where it became clear that it was some type of animosity there, some type of hatred there, or he thought he can do it better than I can, or whatever. And that kind of threw me for a loop at that moment. And like a lot of other people around me, or that was near the situation, was starting to, like, I started hearing rumors about me, and hearing people talking shit, something I'm not really used to because I've been playing the background for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't really with all that. And I think I called him one day and asked him, like, man, how do you deal with hate? You feel me? How do you deal with this shit? And he said, man, get used to it. You feel me? That's all he said. And I was like, it made sense. But like for it to be like a homeboy, somebody that I really fuck with, somebody, that's showed up at my daddy's funeral, you know what I'm saying? Like a real, like, that's my brother.
Yeah.
And for it to, it's been almost 2 years, we ain't spoke. I don't want to see him, he don't want to see me. And that shit it fucked with me, and kind of like, I hate that I couldn't do business with my homeboys that I talk to every fucking day. He even said this out his mouth, it was the weirdest thing I ever heard. He said, man, I made like $18,000 with this nigga. You feel me? Like, I don't get a thank you. You feel me? You ain't have to do shit. You feel me? You ain't have to. I gotta play. I want you to. I want to fuck with you.
Right.
You feel me, my nigga? So
Yeah.
and like that shit just bothers me to this day. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no. We ain't gotta talk, but it's like what happened? Like, what was it like that made you feel that way? Like, what did I do to you? You feel me? I ain't never little bro you or anything, like. But it just that was a low point. Like, that's my nigga. If I never did business with you, we still be cool. You feel me?
Yeah.
We won't trip together and shit, And it just, I don't know. That shit's weird.
So would you say that you've gotten through it, or you kind of put a pin in
definitely.
it?
Like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Fuck it. You feel me? Like, you showed your true colors. Like,
You think it could be one of those things like we talk about with the 4 agreements, where it's maybe something internal going on with him?
I mean, yeah, and 50 Cent said this shit. Maybe 50 Cent, I don't know who said it, but like, you never know who people is till y'all both get some money. I think it was Jay-Z. Till y'all both get some money, you don't really know how people feel about you. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, he may have thought that I was up, now he think he right here next to me. Now he like, nigga, fuck you. You feel me? And I think it was one of those, in my opinion. He may say something totally different, and it is what it is. But I'm at peace with it. Like, I don't care. I see him walk right by.
Yeah. I think I'm an advocate for, it ain't always the easiest thing, but conversation. Maybe he hears this and maybe it initiates some peaceful conversation. I don't know. I can't speak to what the resolution would be in a situation like that, but sometimes people's perspectives be so different. The same way somebody nudged you and was like, "Hey, watch out for this." The same thing could be happening on the other end, and signals get crossed and otherwise. So I don't know. I mean, I wish y'all the best in terms of resolution. It sounds like y'all had a bond, like you said, prior to that, and getting in business with people that you close to, it can be like touchy. And otherwise, I found over time that I ended up bonding with people that I did business with. The opposite of that, like, we kind of exclusively did business and became closer peers or friends and otherwise as a result of that. But to your point, the other way around is a lot of times a challenge, or can be challenging. So I don't know. It's based on the two examples y'all gave, they're very different. Cause like Los, you speaking of kind of being overextended, and it like what registered as a low point was like a reckoning of like, all right, I'm doing too much and I need to scale it back and take care of myself. And then yours was not a low point in terms of like we was talking about success fail. It actually came on the back of what would have been deemed successful or profitable or lucrative. And it's just like it's similar in that you was trying to do something, you you had ideals for it, and it just didn't go that way. Like, and it's similar in like overextending. Maybe you just stuck to your guns and kept doing what you was doing. Maybe if it was the other way around and they approached you like, "Hey, bro, how can we get in with what you're doing?" There may have been more risk. Cause like you said something like specific, like I never tried to lowboy you, but being as if it's your adventure already, it's something that you already got experience in. Sometimes people might feel like you got me on training wheels over here, or I'm a side act to you being a main act, and you know, I think they always say male ego. I think it's human ego, but all that should be a factor, and it go both ways, because sometimes we don't see ourselves, and you know what I'm saying, you may be so used to steering the ship that other people on the ship with you is like, whether or not you acknowledge it is like uncomfortable or otherwise it's different. You know what I'm saying? And it for sure could change the dynamic of like relationships, like with friends and otherwise when we playing different roles. Did you want me to share, or I know you?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a lot of, like Lo said, it's a lot of low points, and I gotta tread lightly, but well, this is candid enough, and this may or may not be absolutely true, but it was at one point in my career in the timeline that it was before Starlito's Way 2. I lost all the music that I had recorded at that time. Early that year, I was in like a flow state. I was I recorded a whole project with a producer named Nice from here that I thought was like, I still think he's one of the most talented producers, musicians that I've ever worked with. And he had a business partner, and we were recording in a storage unit, much like me and Fade Eastwood used to. But we had done a whole project called Altitude, and I was going in a certain direction artistically on some like fly shit, on some, I think you could compare it, and maybe in a way I think it was more lyrical, but in the way that Wiz Khalifa came out marketing himself.
Yeah.
This was like 2007. So before that whole wave took but I was super experimental. We was all over the place with musicianship. Anyway, I was recording a lot of music and just locked in. I was also kind of like one foot in, one foot out with my peers and the environment that I existed in. Long story short, I was in a car that we got chased by the police.
Oh, okay.
And high speed chase situation. The car wrecks. The people in the car jump out on foot. It turns into a foot chase, and the car was like a rental car, or not in the name of anybody that was in the car, and all my music was in the trunk. Like, you know what I'm saying, between my laptop, the laptop that I had, which was hot. It was, you know what I'm saying, we didn't have a cloud, we didn't have Dropbox and Google Drive and all this. I lost everything that I had musically at that point, you know what I'm saying? And it was like everything. I may have had a few songs like in my email or something that was just kind of vaguely a thing. And so like artistically, creatively, it was a low point, because it was like ground zero from all this. I had songs I felt like was hits. I'm signed and stuff at the time. We trying to work stuff for radio. I mean, thankfully, I got away, which was a win.
Right.
But everybody in the car didn't, and it was like then the producer I was working with, his business partner, they fell out, and he deleted all the music at the storage, like same time frame. So I lost all the stuff I had. I lost all the stuff I was working with him, and I had all this stuff going on, like personally and in the streets and otherwise. And it was just like, damn, you know. But I say that the Starlito's way 2 times because I know the follow up question is like, well, how'd you bounce back from that? How'd you come out of that low point? I ended up crafting that project, and it was like back against the wall. You know what I'm saying? I put out a double disc after that. You know what I'm saying? I went and put 30 songs together, and the mind state was both like I literally knew what it felt like to lose it all, like even musically or, you know, professionally or whatever. And I went and bought a fucking hard drive and backed my shit up a little bit more efficiently. Started recording myself. So like I ain't gonna go through that shit or my music being in somebody else's hands. It just refined the whole thing. But I also was like, man, I don't know. At that point, I legitimately thought I'm probably about to go to jail or worse. Or my life was on the line. This might be the last people hearing me. So I wanted to make a double disc because Tupac had made a double disc, Biggie had made one, Nas, Jay-Z, a lot of people that I held to the highest regard. So I made the album a double disc on some like, in case nobody hears from me again. The first song was Life Story. The last song was Living Will. And it was it was a lot of low points in that time too. But that specific one, like when I ran from the police and was like in somebody's backyard for about 3 hours underneath a wheelbarrow while they were walking dogs and shit through the. Anyway, I never got the fucking laptop back. It's not like I'm gonna go down to the precinct like, hey, I got my laptop. But yeah, that was a low point, but it strengthened it. It let me know that like, fuck it, you can build the shit back up again. You can do it better, and it was from a desperation, like, you know, being hopeless and otherwise. So that was a specific example, like.
Yeah, that time period reminds me of like even the production that you went through to do like the album shoot that you did. You had that rented out that space to go shoot, and I think we were listening to one of Jay-Z's albums before it came out. We had the bootleg copy of it.
Probably American Gangster.
Yeah, American Gangster. But yeah, that was great.
That shit was terrible.
No, I'm talking about the results of it.
I thought
the
it was the police charge. Like, we got a telephone call. Like, that shit was allegedly.
I had
statute of limitations over with now.
It's crazy.
It was freezing cold.
How old were you? Allegedly.
That would have, according to the storyboard, it would have made me about 22 in a vet in the game.
It was wild shit.
2 in a vet in the game.
Wild shit. I ain't ever around the police. I be think I want to. But,
no, you don't.
Like I be wanting to. I
almost got hit by somebody running from the police the other night when I went to hoop with Jelly Roll. Now on my way home, I heard the sirens. I knew I wasn't speeding and shit. I turned around and look. It's a Mustang coming. I'm trying to get over out the way because I see the lights coming kind of fast. And when I get over, a Mustang just swerving, zigzagging, and I'm like, I just barely got out their way. It was like unmarked car chasing and shit. I was like, I don't miss that shit.
I want to do it.
You don't want to run from the police.
I be thinking about it.
What about you?
I'm trying to think. I don't think that I have one for me when I was running a business, my own business. I'd say one of my low points was on that same double disc when I was responsible for trying to get some merchandise and marketing materials for us. And when I tried to order some posters, remember those posters?
Yeah. We still got some.
Some Whitney Houston's.
What happened to the posters?
Whitney Houston posters.
Man, so like he was saying, when he's doing the double disc, and it was one of the first times that I had been a part of him renting out like kind of like a sound stage to shoot just pictures for the album cover. And so he had like different outfits. He had a pocket watch. I think that at the time I had like a slide audio Vox phones before iPhones came out. And so like once we started getting the pictures back, we were gonna do a tour. So I was like, well, we need posters so we can, do guerrilla marketing. And the guy that we were working with to get the posters, which it just really informed me about like how to run businesses, like putting certain SOPs in place so people not making orders, like they're not purchasing things that are above a certain amount. Like at the time it was just like, hey, this is what we need, go ahead and make it happen. And I want to say the nigga spent like $2,500 on some movie size, like the posters that you walk past when you go to the movies, like those size posters of Starlito's Way 2.
It's a lot of them.
And it was a lot. Like it was boxes and boxes. Like you said, we still got some to this day.
I need one.
And so once we got them, and got the size, and even before we got them, we were trying to like get the order done. Like he said how much it was, and I was like, "What the fuck, bro? Like you didn't think to ask before you like place the order and commit the deposit." So like I'm thinking about the money that we done already lost on, and like how can we recoup this? How can we, So I think that the thing that got it through was just the fact that he probably had so much shit that he was dealing with that it wasn't as high of a priority because, it was, like you said, there's a lot going on. But, getting through it was just a matter of like, all right, here's what we dealing with. How can we kind of use this to our advantage? So we wound up using them posters for every fucking random mystery box that we had for sale online, like just getting, because you get the merchandise out, then we had the actual physical CDs, but that's probably one of the worst, man.
How many posters did I get?
Huh?
Man, thousands and thousands.
It was thousands of
movie size.
Thousands of movie size posters. Like we had to get them.
We did not have the manpower to do shit with the posters.
Yeah.
I mean, more than that, it was just tough times. Shit happened that made it like we weren't as mobile. The operation wasn't as mobile as we would have liked for it to be. It's not like we just did 20 cities and and we got more manpower. Shit was going down. It was going the fuck down, like in the worst way.
Yeah.
And so nobody wanted to be around a nigga. Like it was dangerous.
We couldn't like booking shows.
We weren't finna be out nowhere putting no posters up because it was like game time, and but more than that, it was just it was someone that they were involved, but they made a weird judgment call. Like it just wasn't what we needed to spend that on. By far. Like if it had it been CDs, even it would have made more sense. And the same thing. I think I got sued for them CDs around that time. It was like that was just it was a lot of shit going on because even that was like it was so many low points.
Them delivering picking up the CDs from the press shop.
We ordered the CDs, and I think that's where he was looking at the quantity of CDs that I ordered and was like, "Oh, we need this many posters." Like, no, the fuck we don't. But with that, we ordered all these CDs. Then we go to pick them up. They didn't have a full order ready at the date we was going to pick up,
and we was hitting on the road.
You're right. I was going to pick up the CDs to go out of town with the CDs, and it was like they had a couple thousand of them. It was like we'll have the rest. Now between the time getting back when I'm supposed to get the rest of the CDs, I'm probably in a couple shootouts and shit. And it's like picking up the rest of them CDs became an afterthought. So then they sit out there at the factory, which to me, I'm like, well, I came to get all my CDs and I had all y'all money. Y'all didn't have all my CDs, so I didn't give y'all all the money. And then life started lifing. And you look up and it's been 6 months or a year later and it's like, shit, I never went back. So years later, by the time I get sued and settled, the irony of it, when I settled, I went out there, this was sometime later.
They had the CD?
Hell no. That was that was even crazier for them to like sue me and shit. When I go, I get somebody on the line and I pull up out there like, I'm like straight at this time. I pull up with the cash, like this years later though. I'm like, my bad. I'm thinking I'm going to pick up thousands and thousands and thousands of CDs, and they only had like maybe 1,500 of them or something. And so I'm like, the fuck is the rest of still where the rest of my CDs at? So it's clearly like y'all been selling my shit or whatever. Like, why the fuck y'all sue me if y'all was making money off of my shit? Cause y'all liquidated at some point, and I mean they settled for the value of what was there.
And we had some in storage. But
I still got some CDs too. But
I don't want them
You
posters.
gotta go. Yeah, you gotta do a little pop up.
Starlito's way pop up.
nah, that's a double disc. They rolling. It's cool. It's a good thing. I mean, like, that's the thing, like, real shit, because it's such even to tell these stories now, it's such a time capsule that it is, that music predates the majority of my audience even knowing that I existed.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm still selling that merch on the current run. You know what I'm saying? And it is somewhat a different version of me that you might meet now, but those were the baby steps to get me to this point,
It was so dangerous to be around you. I swear I know we gotta get out of here. I swore to my baby mama I wouldn't go back around your ass, because 2 times in a row I was around you, shit went down. And I just had a baby. And I said, listen, I ain't going back around this nigga. And I'm so glad you got that shit behind your ass. Cause that shit was wicked. It was going down. It was not
We're here now.
Yeah, it is for y'all.
A work in progress.
Yeah, man. Before we get out of here, definitely want to say thank you to those that subscribe on our channel on YouTube. We appreciate you. Appreciate y'all tuning in and also dropping the questions in the inbox. We didn't get to ask all the questions today, but we'll definitely do it the next opportunity that we can. Anything that we got coming up? I know we got this, everybody registered for the St. Patty's 5K this weekend.
I'm registered when we leave.
So I'm the only one that's registered right now.
See me
So I'm be the only one.
I'm registering when you go pick your shit up. Just in case their database get hacked.
What time is this race?
6:30.
It's 6:30?
It's 8:30. No, I checked today.
You just okay.
Yeah, 8:30.
I ain't practicing nothing.
I've only ran twice.
I ain't ran neither since the last race.
That's why I've been hooping.
I had a knee injury.
I've been running. I've been fasting. It's up.
That's why when I told you last time we was here, I was like, man, I'm gonna have to pick a race in this because I ain't ran. It was 2 weeks after.
Why did y'all pick this race so close?
I'm doing all these. I'm doing every 5K.
I hope y'all, man, y'all gotta pay $10 extra to get your medal. Just so you know.
Yeah, I remember y'all saying that.
Okay, I mean, I'm getting my medal.
Yeah, I'm getting my medal. But yeah, we definitely gotta figure out one for the summertime. And what you was talking about, we gonna do pickleballs with the next activity y'all decided.
They say pickleball.
Pickleball be fun, man. That's a good 2-on-2. It ain't really nobody got no competitive advantage or no more experience there.
Yeah, I've never done any.
How we going? I ain't never did. I mean, I done hit the ball at but I ain't never played nobody.
So we playing pickleball, nigga.
I'm calling it tennis and pickleball.
Well, see, now you showing your hand. You got a competitive advantage.
Nah,
playing tennis.
I'm good at tennis.
But what about table tennis?
Not table tennis. Regular tennis.
Cold.
Yeah, I was gonna say he good at ping pong. He cold.
Man.
Forrest Gump.
Understand it.
Forrest Gump, my favorite movie. I told you. I went on a cruise when I was 12. I whooped ass for 2 days straight in ping pong. All kind of adults. I was like 12. Then I played this one dude. He beat my ass. Like, he was so good. And I was like, man, you cold? He was like, yeah, I played on the national team. So I was like, what the fuck is the odds? I played professional in this motherfucker.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so pickleball sound like that's gonna be the next
like
move, man. I'm excited about that activity. We have to figure out how we're gonna do the teams and if maybe we're gonna do a little friendly wager.
Nah,
Los,
no wagers.
Los the team is stacked. Whatever team Los on. I can't be on his team because I'm the next resident tall nigga.
we can do that. I'm game with that.
I'm with that, y'all. I'm with that. Work in progress. Y'all out there, y'all hope y'all progressing in whatever work you doing. Hope you've been checking out the podcast. Hope you've been checking out all the episodes. We had 8Ball on. We had, we done had a little bit of everybody on. So you just got to keep watching because I got some special guests I'm going to bring on. He got some special guests. He got some special guests. He got some special guests.
He working on his special guest right now.
Hey, man.
I don't know about that one.
We might give y'all a little, behind the scenes on location from that listening party. give y'all some content from there. Just a peek in. I put a lot into them fucking decorations, like that poster order he was talking about. So I want y'all to see this
Y'all
shit.
gonna have some hay?
Come on, man. You know, you just gotta pull up.
I'm excited about it.
So we gonna mic up. So we micing up
Yeah,
for game
Micing
day.
up, yeah, we got it. We micing up.
We gotta keep doing this. Y'all gotta come to one of our events or parties. We gotta go to a concert. We gotta mic up. I think the people would love to see that activity. I'm gonna be backstage cracking
When is the
jokes.
next black ass party?
March 27th.
Oh, y'all right back.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all right back. It was like that.
Just
I'm gonna
like
be. Yeah, I should be here. I'm shooting a
Yeah.
video the 2 days before, so I should be
right
here.
back.
Nah, this shit gonna be lit.
Throwing a house
Gonna be a good
party
time.
on the 21st too.
For sure.
So a house party is different than a black ass party. You just say it's house party vibes. Like,
Yeah.
So is a house party like kid and play themed or just a party in a house?
Both.
I gotta go box top fade on these hoes.
I'm at Zany's on the 21st too. I'm at Zany's.
Oh man, it's gonna be a hell of a day.
Yeah,
Go check them
yeah.
out at Zany's, then come to the party.
Hey,
That sound like a whole evening.
it's lit. I'm gonna do a drunk
My
spelling
billboard
bee, too.
campaign will be ending, so I'll probably be sleep on early on the 21st because I gotta go see all these fucking billboards.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
And, yeah,
That's what's up.
got one in Atlanta by the Centennial Olympic Boulevard.
That's
I
hard.
think.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go down there and make
Yeah.
sure I stand in front of it
Yeah.
for a few hours at least.
Yeah.
Soak it in.
That's me.
It's me.
Get the album.
I'm gonna put my face on the billboard one of these days. That's gonna be a big deal. I am.
We need.
But
me.
the poster story, that shit almost like it's funny as hell, but it almost got me emotional to think like from overextending ourselves in business to like now having like 10 billboards and
Yeah.
it's like damn, you know, I did country music radio this morning on Grand Ole Opry radio.
That's crazy.
And I was like, damn, like the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
Like in a good way though.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
And
The album, listen, we've all heard the album, and it's amazing. Like I love that. I love it. Like I love
appreciate it.
what you did with it. You know, when you first talked about it, I thought it was gonna be, you know, strictly like in that country rap lane, but you kept it gangsta on. I see what you did with it. I thought, oh yeah, this is nice. This is really nice. I like it. I like the concept. I love the concept.
Last
sure.
couple projects been fire, man.
Yeah.
Think ever since you met me, all your projects been fire.
Listen, I got him back out there, nigga. He wouldn't. Yeah, I got him back
Hey,
out
we
there.
the glue,
I
bro.
got him back out there. He been going strong ever since.
Everybody can take credit for it, man. It takes a village.
Take the village, man. Yeah. Hey, so look, this is the Work in Progress podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. Tell everybody about the podcast. We want to make sure that everybody know we got a podcast. Like, you gotta know we got a podcast. Don't be running him in the grocery store talking about, man, I seen you on something. Yeah, on the podcast.
Don't ask us to pull up too if you don't follow the podcast, bro. Like, I don't have people try to pull up. Come like, you don't even follow the fucking podcast, bro.
Follow
Like,
the
don't
podcast.
fucking do that shit.
Like, just follow us. It ain't gonna take nothing but a second. All you gotta do, bloop.
Man, share it.
Yeah, all that.
Send it to somebody.
Yeah, we talking about
That's what
real
I
life
asked.
things on here, man. Like, we really confessing out our hearts.
And keep commenting because they reading all that shit and you getting in these fellas' psyche. And it's
I mean, I was
good.
I'm gonna get way more annoying on this motherfucker.
It keeps
too,
them
than
humble.
It keep,
Like I told them get used to it. They better get used to this shit.
we rolling.
They just don't know it be me on my burner accounts or something.
He mad annoying. Hey, that had me tripping. It's mad annoying.
This nigga too light skinned over here.
nigga, I don't know why, but he annoying. Nigga, you better figure it out, nigga. Let me know. So I can work. I can work on
corny.
that.
I said, damn. Wait,
Like,
what?
yeah, I bet.
Hey,
What you talking
man.
about?
Work in Progress podcast. We got a lot of work to do. You got a lot of work to do. But look, we're going to get it done together. So make sure you following us. Make sure you subscribing. Make sure you hit us up. Make sure you hit the suggestion box. I think we're going to also put like every show we do like an Apple Music playlist. So I think we're going to probably upload that so you can kind of hear what we vibe into before each show. And give you the behind the scenes to a lot of this stuff. So make sure, like you said, you subscribe. If you want to see the basketball game where I whoop these fellas' ass, go subscribe through that and grab it right now. This is the Work in Progress podcast.
What you working on though?
What I'm working on?
Good
I'm
catch,
working
Jimmy.
on figuring out how I'm gonna do this 5K this weekend. That's what I'm working on.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
Dang, I'm gonna work on finishing up my instrument questions for my knowledge test for my flying. I gotta get back in the sky.
That's what's up. I'm back heavy in the stock market, so I'm just in there just trying to sharpen my tools and make some money every day.
Yeah.
So I'm back locked in on that too. Yep.
Our grandmother told me this earlier before I came over here, a couple hours before I came over here. She told me not to work so hard, don't work too hard. That was her advice, and I always take heed. Feel like she gave me the best advice. She heard me on a conference call. I take a conference call at the same time every week, and I think this time I didn't have headphones on, so I think she could hear the nature of it. I got off the call and was tending to some other business, and she was like, "What were you doing on Grand Ole Opry Radio this morning?" She was like, "You doing country music now?" And as I was breaking down what I was doing, I shared with her that I never worked this hard at any point in my career, but I meant it as a positive thing. And so for her to leave me with like, "Don't work too hard," was like interesting. Obviously, grind hard is my mantra that I live by, but I think grinding and working is two different things. And I think the work should be perpetual and should be steady and consistent and continuous and not necessarily like strenuous. See, I be rhyming when I don't even try to. But grinding is the repetition, and I took heed to that. So what I'm working on is not overworking myself or not getting to the point of being overstimulated, kind of what you described. Like I could relate to it, or like trying to wear too many hats. And because this album, I'm proud of it. I'm anxious to share it, and but to that trial and error thing, it ain't I don't care what it streams, what it sells, otherwise. Like I'm very, very, very like excited and comfortable to put myself out there and trying some new shit, like taking some chances, making some like grand investments into it. But I'm more literally, directly, I'm working on my next shit already too. I'm like halfway done on my next solo project. So, cause but I'm working on I'm working on not working too hard, not overworking myself, not working in spite of myself, in spite of taking care of myself and shit. So.
That's good. That's a test.
It's gonna be a lit summer. I'm excited.
Really?
I'm excited.
We outside all summer. Work in Progress podcast. Book us if you want to see us in the city near you. Hey man, thank y'all for tuning in. We will see you on the next episode. Peace.
Peace.